All right. Welcome to the PlayStation Plus podcast, episode 25, with RJ, Eddie, Retro Bro, and Saggy Melons. Who's here for the melons? I think a lot are. First, something right off the bat. Okay. I understand. I do not think Tommy should address criticisms anymore and just let it and register release, unless he really wants to. But me, as a YouTuber, as someone that's in the game, this is interesting to me, is examining critics. And in this specific episode, we have a former PlayStation Plus podcast member turning to the dark side. No, he's not turning. He was always part of the dark side. I like Ed. Ed's doing Ed. He kind of ghosted me, though. He kind of ghosted me because he was a member of this podcast for a while.
So this is personal.
No, it's not personal. It's just, I mean, I messaged him. I sent him links for the show. I mean, listen. This is the reality of the situation. YouTubers are YouTubers. Like, he was part of the show. I never said he couldn't say anything negative about the Amico. He made his thoughts well known to me. Like, I'm not about the Amico. He's definitely not now. He didn't. Well, now he's no longer part of the podcast, really. So everyone that's been asking what happened to Ed, this is what happened. No one was really asking. I love you, Ed. Still, I think I don't like your hot take that much.
Loving you is easy because you're beautiful, Ed. Do 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 do.
Are you singing? Are you singing the Amico Team No Access?
Yeah, I'm singing to No Access. We love you, No Team Access, cause you're in the house, but we got all the access that you want.
Yeah, we do. I don't have access yet.
I don't know what I still don't know what
Retro
Team
Bro
No Access is.
What do you mean? Access? They're gonna have. I know exactly what it means. Tommy said directly, "You're not on the list to get a review copy." To Tony, I know exactly what that means. He's gonna have to buy it. He's gonna have to buy it to review it.
Wait, so me and Retro Bro are Team Access because we're cool.
Dude, I'm team like whatever I like, right? I'm team like that guy asked to be on my channel and I wasn't a dickhead to him. That's what team I am.
Okay, cool.
You know.
I might
the access versus no access thing is just ridiculous to me.
Team no.
You know the funny thing is, if everybody would have access, if you're just respectful to people. That's one thing Tommy's always been transparent about, is if you are a reasonable person and you have concerns and you approach Tommy, he'll answer your questions. I think we can all say, that's kind of been the track record, right?
Right. He's addressed concerns. Sean Del Rivers, the Television Amico is not a scam at all. Oh yeah, Saggy, you didn't do you got to tell people we got a sub. So maybe they could get some access in the future. I don't know. What are you promising new subs?
Wait, you got to blow me up so I could do it properly.
Okay.
Welcome to the PlayStation Plus podcast, where you will get all of your PlayStation and more information. Please consider hitting that subscription button so you can be up to date when we go live to talk about all things that we all care about, which is gaming and more. Yeah, and hit that like button on this video. Make sure you give us a like, and even if you don't like it, give us a thumbs down, because we're okay with both. Because either way, it's engagement. We like engagement here on the PlayStation Plus podcast.
Yeah, why am I highlighting Tony? Because I caught him trolling. I'm like, all of a sudden, there's a comment from Tony, and then we got our first thumbs down from the last week episode. I'm like, is that a coincidence, Tony?
No, it's not Tony. I was actually here before Tony showed up, and they were actually 2 thumbs down before it was even like 20 minutes ago. So I'm not gonna blame that one on Tony.
I am.
Dang. For the record, I'm not blaming you, Tony. That's Max. Max does not speak for the collective hive.
Okay.
for the Colts. He does not speak for the Colts.
We have differences of opinion here.
Our cult leader, if we're going to designate a right-hand man in the Colts, it's Retro Bro.
Eddie said he's not too interested in Amico, but you have an open mind. You're not hating on it, though. Uh-oh, he's frustrated.
No.
You're not hating on it.
I'm not hating on it.
RJ doesn't know much about it yet, right?
Well, no. I mean, I know a little bit of it, but I'm not like as well versed in the whole thing as you guys are. I'm learning as I go along with the show and getting to know you guys. So,
okay.
But see, here's the beauty of it. Eddie doesn't have to care about the Amico, but he can still have an opinion on the situation, on how people are responding to it, because again, it's just a console like any other console that's come out. It's just a new console that many people don't know. You know, there are a lot of people who know about it. There's some who don't, and that's fine.
And Alanori DFG, I'm on the train. I have no idea, but I'll watch and I'll try. Okay. Retro Bros channel. I think we should get to the reaction first. Then we'll get to the positive. Get the negative out of the way. The negative, I mean, being Ed. Ed, you can come back on the show as a guest now, not as a panel. Hey, Ed, do you want to come back on the? Listen, I'll have Ed on the show again. I'll have Ed on the show. I'm reacting to his vid.
Well, he responded to one of my comments on the video we're going to react to, and he didn't seem like a complete dick about it. And I don't say I complete dick because I don't know him. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. I'm just some random, so I'm not gonna put it fault him for seeing somebody comment on his page saying what I said and him being like, I'm gonna be nice to this person. Like, no, it's fine. I got no hate for Ed. I think he's wrong, but he could be wrong, and I can still probably I'm sure he's probably a good dude. I don't know him.
Yeah, Ed. After you ghosted me, you're still invited to be a guest on the next episode. All right, here we go. Let's watch this video. See and give your honest reaction, Eddie. RJ, feel free to, if you agree with Ed, agree with Ed. It's your right.
I actually haven't even watched this full video yet, so this will be perfect.
Yeah.
All right. I like his intro. I like your intro, Ed.
In television, Amico. Now, I've talked about this system already way in the past, and I was invited on other people's YouTube channels.
He's talking about us. When I was invited on other people.
Damn, he couldn't even give you a shout out, man.
And then he stopped responding to my tweets and DMs.
Channels just as a guest speaker, but maybe if you haven't seen any of those, then at least you're going to be here and you're going to hear my opinions on what that thing is exactly here and now and today. And other people have recommended it too, and I really didn't want to talk about it because I really have nothing.
He's doing the well, maybe he's being genuine here, but he's doing the typical YouTube thing. I really didn't want to talk about it. Then don't make a video. I really want to talk about it. I can't stand when
that's the cue to when things have been slow on YouTube.
Yeah. I do want to talk about it. I like to talk about all the critics and everything. That's my jam. I think it's hilarious. I think the Amico hate is hilarious. I think the Amico haters are ridiculous. I just think it just is fun. And if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. You wouldn't most of your channels. Oh, higher, further, faster said Ed's a good man. Okay. I don't know about that, but I like it. What do
you mean you don't know about that? I mean, how do you determine he's not a good person?
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
How dare you?
Okay.
See, I can see why people didn't want to come on. You're being a bully, Max.
The reason, well, that's been tried before. But the reason I'm saying that is he ghosted me, and then he's going to talk smack. Come on the PlayStation Plus podcast. Now I got to react like this, Ed. Not cool, bro. Not cool. We could have talked directly about your concerns, but now you're making Amico hate videos. Oh no.
I think he only made one. When you watch that, I'm gonna see. I think he only made the one.
Positive to say about it whatsoever, because I'm just laying the facts out on the table.
But saying a scam, that's something different. That's not just criticism. Scam. No, but I'll stop it here too.
That's clickbait, bro. No, that's exactly what that is.
Scam is something different than saying this is not nothing here interests me. That is it's scam. So Tommy is scamming people. That's where I'll address it.
Now, it's not that the system bothers me the most. I mean, you can buy it or you can't buy it. I really
Okay.
don't care about that point. The thing that bugs me the most are shills that are upselling it here on YouTube constantly, and we even like trying to review the system before it's even come out. And you could say,
Shills. I mean, this is the YouTube thing, anti-shill. Listen, I'm not. Listen, I will accept access, but I'm always going to say my opinion. I've been in the past. I've been really anti-shill. Like I understand this argument. Like,
well, no, I don't understand. No,
I don't understand it.
Right,
I don't understand it either.
It makes no sense because
you play a little bit more softball than you would normally if you didn't have the access hanging over your head.
But here's the thing: I could have met Tommy, and here's the thing: he made a comment. 'Cause I said, "I'm going out there in July. I'll take it." You know, he's a sweet guy, and his comment was like, "Well, of course he's sweet. He's trying to sell you something," and that's always the counter argument. It's like, no, why can't people accept that there are genuine people who, yes, we like Tommy? And I've heard the argument, well, they don't like Amico, they just like Tommy. It's like, so what?
No, I like both.
I support people I like, and I support things that I think are gonna be good. If I want to put my hard-earned money into something, why can't I? Regardless of my reasoning for it, that's not your business or concern. It's my money.
Right. In what they're going to is that people cannot actually genuinely like this. They're being disingenuous. That's kind of where the argument's going. Like that people are so overly positive, it can't be real. It has to be fake.
Well, that's a sad world to live in when you think that people are. I mean, there are some people who are like that. That's fair. But to assume that everybody has this hidden agenda, like I met Retro Bro because of all this stuff, and I absolutely adore him. I think he's very genuine, and I think he's real. Now, that's my opinion. There are people out there who don't like Retro Bro and don't think he's real. That is your subjective opinion.
Not real, confirmed.
But what I'm saying is like that you basically what people are doing is they're projecting their opinions and their feelings onto other people. Well, if I feel this way, you should start feeling this way. And if you don't, you're disingenuous and you're just a shill. We're not shills. We're just people who like what we like, and you're people who don't like what you don't like. It is really that simple, and it shouldn't be a fight over it on the internet. It's childish. We're all adults.
No, we're not.
We all
there are YouTubers. No, YouTubers are not adults.
YouTubers aren't adults. We're just babies.
There's something else. Yeah.
Well, Tony exposed me as a baby in one of his videos.
I did not understand that video. I was weirded out. Tony, that was the weirdest weird video. I couldn't even watch it. I'm like, what the hell? As a baby. I would like to invite Geeks with Cash onto the stream. But I he's trying to find him on Twitter. I can't.
Love if you want me to send him a link. If he wants to come on, I'll send him a link.
Yeah,
but yeah, I love Geeks with Cash. I love all the people I've met through this, and that's the best thing about it is I don't care about the hate because the haters made me have strong connections with people who we can have streams and talk behind the scenes and have fun, and it's not always about drama.
Well, Eddie, what do you think of this show argument about it comes up in movie talk too of people that want access to stuff? Do you think do you understand the argument because they might play softball so they can maintain that access? I know the argument.
I mean, there's people who do that all the time. Like since they get the access early or whatever, they have to be positive about it, even if they don't like it, to continue that, you know, the path of getting stuff early and, you know, the access, all that stuff. But
I mean, it's a real thing.
Yeah, I feel like it was me. I'll just be honest if I like the product or not. To be honest with you, even, you know, access isn't everything. I mean, you could just wait.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, can I just point out that every time you blow up Eddie, he gets uncomfortable, and I don't think he realizes how handsome he is. So I think that's a little. Eddie, you're very handsome. You should not be shy when you get on the full screen, because I appreciate seeing you all blown up like that. You too, Max, but you know you have the mask on, so it's always good to see your eyes.
Okay. Here's higher, further, faster. No one involved with Amico, whether they're hating on it or loving it, is bad. They're all good people. Okay.
Untrue.
Huh?
Untrue. There are bad people. That there can be bad people on both sides. I've seen the bad sides.
Okay.
I've seen bad people on both sides. And
someone shoot Geeks with Cash because I still I'm boomering. I can't get it to him.
There are some YouTubers who are against the Amico who come across very unhinged individuals who say outlandish, crazy things, call people who support the Amico mentally challenged, and call for people to look at all of the pro Amico people's content, their social medias, and basically calling for a worldwide stock. And it's weird.
Well, I heard rumors too that they're selling out on Amazon for the pre-orders and stuff. I don't know if that's accurate, Retro, but do you know anything about that? I think I saw it's Tom.
Yeah, so yeah, we talked about it a little bit on my show on Wednesday nights at 9. I think that was one of our first episodes. They sold out of their allotment in the UK, and Tommy and the team at Intellivision had to essentially reallocate their they had to take some from some places and reallocate them to Amazon so they could get more. He went into a little more detail because I played like an audio clip. It's fleeting my mind right now, though, exactly why. Because I asked him about why some of them got canceled, and he did address that. I can't remember off the top of my head why that was, but he did. Okay. He did answer that in my one video.
All right. Well, I would love to, Ed, if you're watching. I don't know if you're going to even watch me anymore, but I would love to have you on as a guest one more time, and we'll talk about. We won't just talk about the Mika. We'll talk about other stuff too. If you were to respond to my messages, Ed. Okay. I'm putting a 1.5 speed.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm doing. No, I'm not reviewing it. I'm laying it out on the table. Everything. Okay. The thing is pretty transparent about what they're doing. And if you're too blind, if you're completely blind,
well, he said this is where I think it's not fair criticism. He says we're blind. We're blind. All right. So we're blind if we don't see. It's pretty transparent what they're doing, that it is a scam. Okay.
But know what? There's too much to talk about with it in terms of what nostalgic aspect of it. Okay, well, it's all new school graphics. Okay, so it's not really anything nostalgic about it whatsoever. Maybe the wood grain on if you bought the wood version.
The games.
We'll get into that. The games themselves they're just bad. People don't play them anymore. They want to say
games are nostalgic.
What's that, Retro Bro?
They're remastering old.
he's Retro Bro is struggling with this. He knows a Family Guy. Yeah, they're using the classic properties. They're bringing a majority of them back. Okay. All right. So, can someone send Geeks with Cash the link?
Already did.
Okay. All right. But this is where he's saying it's pretty transparent that they're scamming you.
Entire story scenario, okay? The older dad's gonna buy this thing, okay? He's gonna waste $300 on it, and he's gonna grab his kid and he's gonna be like, "Hey, son, want to come and play a video game with me?" "Gee, Dad, but I just want to play Fortnite right now." "No, come here, play this game with me right now, or you're not getting any pizza, mister." "Oh man, look, it's Moon Patrol. We used to play this as a kid. What do you think?" "This game sucks." "Don't say that. This is totally awesome. I just spent $350 to play this."
That's not not 350. It's 250. It's 250.
A new game that's 2 players at the same time. It's called Pong.
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna lie.
It is funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
No, I'll give him credit there for good.
But here's the thing.
I'm sorry. Geeks with Cash is here. I apologize.
Right. But here's the thing, Max. Here's the thing, Max.
Geeks with Cash.
Hey, Geeks with Cash. Here's the thing, though. These opinions are subjective. They don't speak to the collective. They are subjective comments.
I mean, if you tried to give this to a kid like as this, then I could see them like, oh, this looks.
Listen, I'm going to tell you a quick story.
Dad, I can't do that Pong. I can't do.
I'm going to tell you a quick story, right? Yeah. So I'm a Power Rangers fan. And
we've said this many times.
Right, but here's the thing. So I'm a Power Rangers fan, and now I went to meet with an actor who came out to visit and did a meet and greet at a comic book store. Now, when I was in the line, mind you, the actor was Jason David Frank. Jason David Frank was one of the original Power Rangers, was from the 90s. And when I was waiting in that line, there were a bunch of very young kids that Power Rangers, he wasn't part of their generation of Power Rangers, but they knew who he was, and they wanted his autograph, and they thought he was cool and wanted to take a picture with him. Now, again, you consider these old school games, there are some kids who are interested in the old school games as well. So they would be actually interested in playing games like Pong and things like that. So yes, I'm talking about Power Rangers again, sorry. But I'm just saying, that's why I brought it up, because it's like, it doesn't matter what generation a franchise or whatever is from, because some young people can be interested in this and be excited for it, because there are some young people who have that fascination with old school games.
Yeah.
So again, these comments are subjective. You're projecting how you or your children feel about these games.
Well, Ed
but
has
that
no
doesn't
children.
speak for
I
all
can
of them.
confirm that.
Well, but either way, I'm saying it's a projection. It's a projection on how you feel about it, and saying that this is how you feel. If you had your kids, they're not going to be excited for it. There are kids that are excited for it because they are.
We'll see that. We'll see the proof of that soon. But let's get past.
Well, and here's the other thing: is there's plenty of people that are in that, more and more people every day of a younger generation that get into retro gaming, be that 8-bit, 16-bit, whatever. They get into and enjoy retro gaming. They enjoy not necessarily the nostalgia about it, but the challenge of it and that kind of art style, and that's what they're into. This could be no different. So what's the matter?
Yeah. Hey, Zeno, be cool. You're supposed to be a mod, and you're telling people to calm down, Zeno. Someone put Zeno in a timeout. Can you time out a mod? Zeno, you're making us look bad, man. All right.
There.
Let's get back to this.
And then you just see the look on the kid's face. All he wants to do is just go inside the kitchen and down a bottle of bleach. Now, the system is developed by Tommy Tallarico. I mean, his name kind of sounds like Calico, unless I'm mispronouncing it. I don't even care. I just remember him watching him. He was on a show. He was on a video game show on TV I used to watch back in the day, again, before it got canceled. And now all of a sudden he wants to come out with a video game system. Now, kudos to him for what he is doing here to make money.
Okay.
This is why it's a scam, okay? Because there's a difference between a scam and a ripoff. A ripoff is someone who just takes your money and doesn't give you anything, okay? They ripped you off. A scam is someone who basically puts fake vomit onto a plate and tries to upsell it to you like it's ice cream. And that's exactly what I'm talking about with this thing. Okay, so they're trying to make it kind of
really.
I don't know if we can watch anymore. That's
I pictured that, and it was disgusting in my head. Like, Jesus,
I must have missed this part of the video. This must have been when I stepped out of the room to like grab some food or something, because I'm like,
that's really
I missed this part.
Really hyperbolic, extreme exaggeration. No. Even if you don't like the look at the games, come on, it's not a scam. No one's putting a gunpoint to buy this or anything. Or it's just
kind of like a Coleco, like a new school Coleco. If you don't know what that is, it's an old school system back from the 80s that, didn't really, it caught on a little bit, but not really much. I mean, Atari still dominated it, and it also contributed to the game crash of the 1980s. So yeah, let's come up with a system that contributed to that, right? It was Nintendo. It was the Nintendo
so the reason I wanted to show this part is this is very, and I don't know if I want to watch anymore, honestly. We have more positive stuff to get to. But that reveals a lot about a lot of the Amico haters is their first really memories were Nintendo. And they always, like he says, why do you want to there's a lack of respect for the people or the companies besides Nintendo around that time. Nintendo saved the video game industry. They don't give any credit to Intellivision, Atari, and all the other stuff. And they just think it's not even worth it. I mean, did you hear that part in his voice? Why do you want to bring something back from the crash of the video game industry in the 80s?
I mean,
there's a lot to unpack here. I'll let Sagi go first, but there's a lot I want to say about this statement because he's wrong.
Oh, no, I want you to go first so you don't forget your points. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, first off, Nintendo didn't save the gaming industry. They did that only in the United States. So screw you. It never crashed anywhere else. So you're fucking wrong. Sorry. I've covered that, and I've done my own video with the tagline how Nintendo saved the gaming industry. Yeah, that's only here, guys. The Intellivision didn't come out till like 83, I want to say, after Atari had already done all the fucking damage right around the same time that ColecoVision did. So they weren't really a contributor to the crash. That was all Atari, man. They weren't having any quality control at all, and they just let any damn fool thing on the system, and that's what caused the problems in the first place in the United States was a high lack of quality control. Those are my points. Sorry, that annoyed me more than anything else he said.
There's a lack of respect towards others in the industry. Like, it's all about Nintendo. Like, I love Nintendo. I'm a Nintendo fanboy. But there's
me too.
I mean, but it's really a generational thing too. Like a lot of the people that are covering the Amico now are a little bit just ahead of the or your Nintendo generation too. But the newer, the younger ones, Nintendo, they're like, Nintendo was it. They don't give any respect to anything that came before it or during it that were competitors. It's a lot there. There's a lot of bias there. There's a lot. I mean, they announce these titles and they sound fun. Astro Smash, Breakers and Moon Patrol and Pong. Even Pong. I'm like, yeah, I'd like Pong.
Dude, early video game names are terrible. They basically were just a description of the game. They were really bad at names.
You just, you just messed up my point. Geeks with Cash.
I mean, I will give. I've heard of those old school, when Intellivision came out with their system and ColecoVision and all those consoles that kind of came out to try to compete against, the Atari and whatnot. Like, I give them credit for at least trying. It was weird the way those games functioned back in those days. When you look back at it, it's like, this is weird. We're using a numerical system. Like, I was very confused, and I was kind of glad I didn't own one, to be honest with you. But again, you got to give them A for effort. At least they were trying to do something. Now that's what I feel like Tommy is doing, is he's trying to put out a system that does what he believes in. And I think it's, even though people will be like, well, he compares it to the Nintendo Wii, it's going to be better than the Wii. It's like, but if that's what his goal is, if that is how he feels, that's his drive. Like, why is that a horrible thing? That's a passion, that's a goal. And if it flops, it flops. But why can't people just wait until it does?
Well, this is the other thing. Does that look like a skate? Look at Cyrus. That's genuine enthusiasm.
Yeah, people seem to forget, and Cyrus is a good example of this. People seem to forget, man, that like the Intellivision was people's first consoles. For that would be like, for me, them remaking a Sega console and then reimagining all the games that I grew up with. Like, if that was me, I'd be over the moon. So that's how some of these guys who grew up with Intellivision feel.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get to a actual reaction of people, and you could then criticize. Do you really think these people are just trying to maintain their access? Some of these people were just people walking into the video game museum there, and they just wanted to try it. They knew nothing about it. And this is from Brett Weiss, and Cyrus is in this. And we'll show the skiing one first. They look happy.
There you go. And now remember, jumping.
I want to play this one a lot now.
Uh-oh.
Cyrus, you suck.
Cyrus, get good, bro.
Dude, it is so nice to see Cyrus smile this much. I have not seen him smile this much in months. Yeah. I'll be serious.
No lag. I don't see it.
The lag.
What do I know? You're only playing.
Hold on, wait. Is he supposed to get in? He's supposed to go around those flags, right?
Yeah, he screwed up.
Yeah. No one said Cyrus was good at video games. He's just a fan.
Yeah, he knows. He's like, I'm going the complete wrong way.
When in doubt, watch the traps.
Wow, even Tommy's digging on him.
Right.
You guys remember, you and Grudge, remember me showing you this on my phone?
Oh, yeah.
Like a year and a
Video
half
Games
ago?
Live.
Yeah.
Long, back when we could do things.
Right?
Back when we could do things.
Okay, so now...
Well, they're in Texas. It's like 2019 there.
Okay, now I'm going next.
It's true.
Yep.
Okay. So again, but look at how nice the disc is.
It is kind of a nice
Very
looking
versatile
dip.
controller.
I feel like it'd be interesting to get weird to get used to. I think I said that on Retro Row with the Amico After Dark, that it would be take some time to get used to the controls, but it looks interesting.
I'm looking forward to playing with the controller. I think it's going to be pretty solid.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of it for a while now. After I got like a better with it a couple of times, and Tommy had showed it on a couple of streams, I've become a bigger and bigger fan of it as time goes on. I think it's really going to work for what they want to do.
Like Tommy was saying,
I was really hoping he hit that rock.
No, that I'm like, that's one of my most anticipated now. I was looking forward to it. I love I love like snowboarding and skiing games too, more like arcadey ones, not just completely sim. And I'm looking forward to like the Easter eggs in there, like animals going across the track and stuff that we saw in previous trailers. But that looks like a lot of fun to me.
Can we pause real quick? And I
Yeah.
just want to address something.
Okay.
To both Higher and Faster and Xeno, that goes both ways. It's not just us that will see these channels. They also come to ours. None of these people, and I will tell you right now, honest to God, I would not even care this much or know this much or meet these people that are on the panel. Well, I mean, like Retro Bro in Geeks with Cat. I wouldn't have known them if it wasn't for the fact that they came to our podcast on Mad Matt's channel, who, by the way, the only reason why they came there was because the name Tommy and Amico was mentioned. So at the end of the day, it goes both ways. If you're gonna say that stuff to us, I hope you're saying that to the opposition, because it goes both ways.
Well, let's be real. They're talking. I saw Darius's videos.
Well, that and OEBP never even responds to them. And how many videos has Darius made, literally attacking OEBP? And then in the comments section, they're talking about his wife, his kids. OEBP will not even address any of them. So
I don't blame him. Yeah.
So cool.
Cool.
That's really not true as far as it bothers them. It's like, no, some of these people, not all of them, are doing it simply to try and get a rise because that's what they feed off of. They're just not.
It's just trolling.
Some of these people are not okay. It's pretty clear.
It goes both ways. And on top of that, the only reason why I even know these names that you guys are mentioning, like Darius and stuff, is because people send me videos and they want me to watch them. So again, and I tell people all the time.
Well, I'll be honest, I watched them all to see if they have any legit criticism, and it's just trolling to me. There's no real in there. They're only if there was nothing here and people were not interested, the videos will not get views anymore. People would just accept it. I've gone on record to say I think their haters are hilarious with the extents they go to, and it actually makes Amico more relevant. And then when Tommy succeeds and releases it, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. I think they think they're helping more than anything else.
Like I said the other night when I did the stream of Tony, I said if it flops, there you go. Now you guys can all cheer. And
Zeno,
like,
I don't even watch the dude. Like Zeno's trying to make an argument out of something that's not even really there. But he's saying you guys get a rise. Like I don't watch this guy. He came into my chat the other night. We did an Amico After Dark. This guy, I've been on YouTube for 5 years.
I know.
Listen, I've been on YouTube for 5 years. He's never came into one of my live streams.
Right.
And comes into my live stream. You know what I did? I instantly hit him from my channel because I know why he's there. Like that doesn't upset me.
Oh, what was that?
Right.
What was that?
Well, I know Darius Truxton even before he started covering Amico, and I'll tell you right now, he's doing it for views because he got a jump in views when he started covering.
Exactly what he's doing.
Now he's doing it all the time, and he's there with his little Nintendo Switch. And I'm not a Nintendo hater, but you see the bias there. It's again these Nintendo fanboys, and I'm not every one of them. I'm not saying all the haters are Nintendo fanboys, but there's a lot of them that are just all about Nintendo and like, why bother? They don't give any respect to the systems that were around that time or before it, and they're just fanboys. And
and here's another big point, and I'll just stop talking about this. But my biggest point is, none of us would really even care about their criticism if they didn't come onto our channels to criticize us on ours. So why is it fair that we are not allowed to see what they're talking about? But they can come to our channels when they aren't subscribers. They're not active people who come and watch our content. They only come when it's something that they can come to dunk on. So it's not fair to make that judgment and say, oh, well, you guys can just ignore them. They come to us. I would have never known who these people are or cared who they are if they didn't come to my channel because I mentioned Tommy.
Hey, Zeno, to your point, man, I don't watch any of Darius' stuff. I've watched one video, I think, because Retro Bro sent it to me back in the day, and he keeps popping up on my feeds. I just took the opportunity to say don't recommend these videos anymore because I just don't really care too much about what he has to say. He's got his crowd. I've got my crowd. The only thing I will say about this whole mess
Oh wait, is this serious? Nintendo rocks forever. We're not all Nintendo. Are you serious?
I thought that was pretty ironic too.
No?
That's funny.
Are you serious?
That's funny.
Was this someone trolling?
That's awesome.
No,
I'm a Nintendo fanboy, and I find that funny as hell.
Boom! Exposed. Are you serious? Did you make this? Did you make this username just to troll me? Because if you're being genuine, if you are being genuine right now, do you not see what you're doing? Nintendo rocks forever. We are not all Nintendo fanboys, Max. Oh my god! Oh my god! Get in a mirror and look at your own username. Are you serious, dude? Oh my god! Eddie,
the thing is, I am a Nintendo fanboy. I have the Wii, I have the Wii U, I have the DS, the 3DS, the fucking Switch, all that shit. They fucking feed me the same game 5 times and I buy it. I am that guy.
Someone clip this, please. According to a source, Nintendo rocks forever. We are not all Nintendo fans. Come on. You gotta give that to me.
I'm gonna change my name to Saggy PlayStation and say I'm not a PlayStation.
You scared him away, Max.
Oh, I did?
Did he leave? God, your reaction was great, Max.
I can't.
Zeno, stop.
I don't even. Half of us don't even engage with the guy.
No one mentioned him except for in the chat. No one mentioned his name.
Exactly.
You guys mentioned it in the chat. Stop, please. I love you, but stop.
No, Zeno, you know what I do. I go to the haters head on. I do that on my other channel too. I think it's hilarious. I think if they had an actual criticism, just saying it's a scam. That's,
you know what? And I'll be honest with you. Someone sent me his video about he wanted to. His video was titled like asking the Amico fanboys a serious question, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna respond to it, and then I get like 2 minutes into it, he's like, "Oh, these retards, these idiots who just think they want to, sleep with Tommy Tallarico." I'm like, okay, I can't watch this because
if I went
he's
way,
not asking a serious question. But he's not asking it like if you're going to ask a serious question, ask a serious question, and I'll respond to it. I was really going to make a video and respond to the guy, but he didn't.
The people,
he exactly. He goes after the people. He doesn't. I'm fine with criticism. I have a lot of friends who don't like the Amico. I'm like, cool. You don't call me a Tommy Taint sucker. You know what I mean?
No, thank you.
Boundaries.
I guess that would be those are words I've heard.
I mean,
I can see Tommy going to get the restraining order on you now, John.
Nintendo does rock forever, though. It does rock forever. But the comment along with his screen name, I lost it. But please subscribe. Amico rocks forever. Forever.
I don't know why. I think it's just because how that Tommy Taint sucker, that the way the words flowed so well.
It flows. Yeah, you're right. It's smooth.
Phrasing.
All right.
Phrasing.
Let's get this.
No, give me a second.
Max, I'm sorry. I didn't ask you pre-stream what the rules of your stream was.
There's no rules.
Sometimes I forget.
We don't have a lot of rules here.
I have to hold myself back on Amico All Access because I gotta behave myself.
Back to family. After that. Here's a lucky. This is Brett Weiss again. He did some good video. Cyrus, I loved him talking about it, but Brett has some more video content of people actually playing. That's why I'm showing Brett's. And then Cyrus is a really good video, but it's really long. So I'm not gonna react to it. But go check out Cyrus.
I'm not insecure, Zeno. Trust me when I tell you, I'm not insecure. I can promise you that. I think the whole thing's funny, which is why they're all just blocked on my channel. They can't comment because I don't care. I don't have time for them. I'm talking about it because I'm here and you in the chat are talking about it. So if you're going to talk about it, I'm going to discuss it.
I'm not being disingenuous when saying I like to talk about it. I think it's funny because look, if it was a scam, people would stop covering it and people would just accept it. But it's got a market for it. It might not have the biggest market ever, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to sell Nintendo Switch numbers to be relevant. It doesn't. All right, let's watch a lucky family that just strolled along and got to play the Amico this day.
Hey guys, Brett Weiss at the National Video Game Museum. Tommy Tallarico talking. Look how
happy Tommy looks.
I was gonna say, can we talk about how good he looks too?
No, I don't want to. Now you're going back to what Retro Bro was saying. As a man on a video game podcast, I cannot keep saying how good he looks. Okay,
listen, I was told I wanted to sleep with him, so I mean, might as well just roll with it.
Nintendo Rocks Forever's back. A lot of Amico haters are television fans. I don't know about that. All right. Yeah, let's get back to the video because we have more to cover too.
A remake of one of my favorite Intellivision games.
I've never played Shark.
And we've got some kids and grown-ups alike playing and having a blast.
Look how happy he looks. Does that look like he wants to scam these people? No.
He's playing along.
Fun reimagining of the classic game.
His one of his favorite characters is from Willy Wonka. What's the guy's name from?
Willy Wonka.
I'm pretty sure he.
Gene Wilder played. Is that
Willy Wonka?
Yeah, it's Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it's Willy Wonka.
Yeah, okay.
That's Willy Wonka.
Okay, Willy Wonka.
It was called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Willy Wonka, he wants to bring that kind of joy to families and kids, just like Willy Wonka bringing it. See, that's my impression I got from this video, and I thought that's why we should share it. He's so happy. He wants this out. He is not trying to scam anyone. All right.
Fun for the entire family.
Did they say Fortnite? No.
Not for nothing, but mom's beating all you.
This game's got a real Finding Nemo.
That's the dream.
Yeah, I can see myself, and this is why I like the Amico.
Way to go, Mom!
I can see myself and my kids sitting down. I can see myself and my kids and my wife sitting down and enjoying this game together for 15, 20 minutes, real quick.
And this is just a family that strolled up. They knew nothing about it. They seem to.
Beating all your buns.
This game kind of looks cute though.
Yeah, I would play this with my nieces.
It's got like a fun Disney
Music
vibe
has
to
a bit of a
it reminds me of Finding
India
Nemo. Even the shark looks like Bruce from Finding Nemo.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It does look like Bruce.
It is definitely.
Oh, don't tell Disney that.
Right?
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten hit by it yet. I'll be honest. It looks so much like Finding Nemo.
Mama shark, Mama fish.
You know why this game is perfect? Because of that Baby Shark song.
What's that, Saggy?
This game is perfect because of that Baby Shark song.
What Baby Shark song?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, don't do it.
Do.
I don't want to hear that.
Baby Shark. Do. Nobody? Really?
I know it. I don't want to hear it again.
You know it. You know
fair
it.
enough.
You won't hear it ever again.
Song in the world. What do you guys mean? That's like they were mixing it up in the studios. That was a fire track that came out. The Baby Shark. What? Are you guys bugging?
Okay.
Family that eats together stays together.
Yeah.
So wait, what is this? The shark is the shark playable? Oh, the shark just comes in.
You have to avoid the shark.
You're the little fish just trying to stay alive.
Oh, it's like a survival thing.
Yeah.
Pelican at 12 o'clock.
Uh-oh.
I like that seahorse.
And the more things you eat, the bigger you get. And the more things on the playing field you can eat, but the harder it is to dodge the shark and the other obstacles. So that's the general point behind it.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of iPhone games that have done similar things that I've played in the past.
So okay, we'll move on to other stuff too. But what's your impressions, RJ and Eddie? You can be honest. It's not your thing. We're not forcing you.
No, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, are they the kind of games that I would personally be interested in? I mean, I said in the comments, like, the one thing that this thing has going for it for me is the Earthworm Jim game. That's the one thing that this thing has, where I'm like, that's the one thing where I'm like, okay, I might be interested in that. The rest of it, I mean, I need to play them for myself, though. I don't want to hate on it just because, like, maybe it's fun if I play it, but they just kind of look like games I'll pick up for, like, 10 minutes and just be done with, you know? I mean, just personally. I mean, I don't know, though.
I think
if I got like a chance to play it, that might change though. Like maybe I'll play in one of the games will click for me. But
I think the big game changer is when you actually play it or demo. Like Tommy said he's planning to. I mean, he's already starting a demo, but hopefully GameStop has the demos too. I don't know. That's gonna when people just pick it up and play it and see how easy it is.
Well, I think you can still grab the app on the phone and play Moon Patrol on the phone. So I think you can actually try that one.
Yeah, but that's not the same. Tommy's been talking about how you got to get in people's hands, and that. And I told Tommy that when he was on my channel. I said one of the things that sort of sold me on the Amico is everyone that has played the Amico and then has documented it said like this was a lot more fun than what I thought it was going to be. You know, it seems kind of silly at first, but then when I actually get a chance to play it, it's really fun. So to me, that means something.
Yes. All right.
I would say because Zeno says what grown adult wants to play Shark Shock. I don't know. There are a bunch of games.
I do with my kids. I do. My wife can probably play. I'll absolutely play that game.
There are mobile games.
I don't know if I'll mess with Shark much. There's plenty of other games I will. I'll try it.
Well, a single grown adult is also not the target market.
I love Shark. There's other games on there I really do like. Like I love Breakout.
A single grown adult, probably aged 18 to 35, is not this product's demographic. So there might be a few one-offs here and there, but that's going to be the exception, not the rule.
Listen, Retro Bro is looking for anything to keep those kids busy. You hear them in the background?
Dude, don't even get me started.
Right. He needs the Amico. Hey, bro, you need the Amico. You need the Amico just so you can do a podcast.
You know, it's funny. I actually have an older Intellivision behind me. So earlier, as I'm trying to like get set up, my 4-year-old's like trying to pull it out and get it set up. She's like, I'm like, I can't. Like, you have to do it by yourself. I can't help you right now. And she can't figure it out. You know,
you should make
the Amico. Hopefully, she can figure out.
You should make a promo for Tommy and Intellivision. Please, Tommy. I need the Amico, bro. I need the Amico, and show your kids like going crazy.
Wait, is somebody calling you an adult?
Nick, you're the only mature adult here.
Adult?
Yeah,
you have no idea how many action figures I have in my room right now. I'm not very adult.
All right, here's to switch off of Amico. We have some other topics too. This is a game that I'm gonna have to buy this thing twice. Oh man, because I pre-ordered it, but then it's coming out digital first. Damn it! And it's going to be a few months. I'm really looking forward to this game.
Is that Bugs Bunny? What is this?
I forget the Kaze and the Wild Masks. It's a platform.
This is cool. This looks reminds me of like a Tiny Toons from the NES almost.
Yeah, it's definitely got a Tiny Toons vibe. I kind of digging it.
Yeah, I told Tommy, and maybe this will be a section for Here's my bad spell. I mess up all the time. Here we go. Wouldn't that something? No, wouldn't that be something? I told Tommy to get this game on the Amico. I said I need an Amico version, please.
I think it looks a little too like the creatures are a little scary.
No, this could be for everyone.
I mean, maybe.
Wouldn't that something if this was on the Amico? Wouldn't that
be it's the evil bunny from Monty Python.
She collects all kinds of masks and then she has special powers.
No, this is not.
This could easily work on the Amico if they wanted to bring it over. I don't see no reason it can't.
Yeah, wouldn't that something, Tommy? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? If you could please bring this to the
and with the physics
hard. I love this type of game.
No, I love it. It looks great.
Well, then no, this is a later level. This isn't early. The earlier levels are much easier.
It still looks hard.
It
reminds me of kind of like Sonic.
Yeah. The earlier levels are easier. This is
reminds me a little of Crash Bandicoot with like especially the fourth one with like all the zipline stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest levels I see.
Here's my question though: are they moving on their own, or is this one of those endless runners type thing?
No, this is not an endless runner. I don't like endless runners
because that's because the how fast they're moving.
No, no, this is just an expert plan. They're
Dude, this reminds me of speed running in Mario Maker. I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah, I want this game. Tommy, please reach out because they're indie game developer too. It's about $30 now. But if you do a physical, I don't know. Oh, that is something else we got to cover is the Amico, the price. What are they talking about, $40 games? I don't know where he came up with that, and we didn't watch the whole video, but what are they talking about?
He said games will not. He said certainly there might at launch games will be $10 or less. There might be games that are $12, $13, $14, but there won't be $40 games. That's almost verbatim what he said. And then people took that as, oh, well, why did he say 40? Are there going to be $35 games? I'm like, well, he could have said 70. He could have said anything. You know, I think it's.
Well, I'll be real. I think this is I told Tommy when I had him on before. I think Tommy talks too much certain things, and it's because of his enthusiasm. And they're going to stick that point at the $10. I don't think he should have ever capped it at that.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing.
That's a valid point, but I don't have a problem with that.
This is what Tommy said verbatim. He said that certain developers who make games, the time and the quality that goes into these games, yes, some games might cost more depending on how much it costs to make the game, basically. And he said that you won't see a $40 game. Now there are people who will argue that leaves wiggle room for $39.99, and it's like, yeah, but that's what you're saying. That is not what Tommy said.
Yeah, but it's all hypothetical at that point.
Right.
My thing with the game price. My thing with the game price is this. I think they need. He did say $10. He needs to try and stick to that range. A game like Earthworm Jim 4, I want that to be a better game. I grew up with Earthworm Jim. I love those games. So I'm okay with paying a little bit more here and there for a better game, but it needs to not become a normal thing. It needs to be like, okay, this is a premier exclusive game. This one's going to be a couple bucks more, maybe $15, $20. Fine, but I think Tommy does need to stick to that $10 range because I think if you go beyond that, now you get in a little bit of a bait and switch. It can't be $10 and then a year from now everything's $15, $20. Right. I think he needs to stick to that.
Right. Yes, well, Tony. Now you're speaking my language. Tony's trying to get back onto this podcast. Yeah, I want a review copy of that because I already pre-ordered the physical. It's not going to be here for months.
Well, my
what systems is that coming out on?
Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation.
Okay.
So about the money thing is a lot of the games now, most games that we play, the newer games that come out, they're about like $60. And then you have special edition where you pay a little bit more for like the special DLCs or exclusive content, you know, when you pre-order things, whatever. So like I do understand, like, yes, keeping it when you say $10, keep it at $10. But I also understand that, you know, maybe at the time, maybe he would have jumped the gun. It was like, I want the game to stay $10, but then later on realized the cost of certain game developing, you know, things. So that is probably something that he might change, and I wouldn't blame him if he did change it.
He gave too many.
I think he's got to tread lightly. I think he's. I mean, obviously, no one expects every game like a high development game. They still have to make money, you know. So he does have to tread lightly, and I know there's pro Amico people that will agree with me as well. Mm-hmm. You know, part of this thing is it's affordable.
Would you be mad?
No, I said I wouldn't be mad because I think it's okay for every now and then to have a really good game that's a little bit more. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
like I don't care. I don't care. Honestly, Earthworm Jim could be $30, $40. I'll still buy it. I don't give a shit. I want to play Earthworm Jim 4. But that's an exception.
Yeah, I think most of the games staying around like the $10 or less price point is good for kind of what they're showing on the system, right? Now, if you tried to charge me, say, $20 for biplanes or $20 for Shark, I'm probably going to look at you a little funny because I don't think it's worth that. But if you're giving it for me like $10 or less, I'm more apt to just pick it up and try it because what's $10, right? It's not that big of a deal.
Zeno and Hirobi, please behave. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if you're kidding or not. Please chill out. What you two? I don't know what you're doing. Okay. All right. So this comes down to what his intentions were. I think I've told Tommy this before. I think he talks too much with the specifics, and then people hold him to those specifics when that was his goal, and he absolutely wanted it, but it wasn't. And people he wanted to stick to that $10, but it closes off a bigger developer making a more substantial game. Not that you can't make a substantial game at $10, but I think that was his intention. It still should be the focus, but given those specifics right up the front, even though he's in the industry, he has a long history of working in the games industry. It's not gonna stick at $10. I don't think, especially if he's saying that now. But what do you think his intentions were? I think his intentions were always to make it affordable, family friendly. There's going to be exceptions, though.
There's a lot of good games on Steam for $10 too. I mean, so it's not like $10 means it's a bad game. You know, they're not going to be AAA titles, but you know, I've played a lot of really good $10 Steam games.
Dude, I've had some stuff I liked better than AAA titles that I got for like $8. Okay. I'll be honest. But then the AAA scene's been kind of spotty with me lately. Some of them are really good, and some of them I just don't care for. And that's nothing against the game. It's just my personal game preference, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's get to some VR news. This will get Saggy happy.
Yeah. Max, I gotta run real quick, so I gotta leave. But I just want to say for the Amico, Saggy, I need you to hook me up with Tommy. I want to do a demo. I want to get access to Earthworm Jim 4.
No one's playing that yet.
Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, no one's close to playing Earthworm Jim 4 yet.
I just want to play some freaking television. But yeah, thank you guys for having me. I'll see you guys later.
No problem. All right, so next gen VR and PS5, the new control. Have you seen this yet, Saggy?
I'm really curious about this.
We talked about this last time, and I also have an Oculus Quest 2.
Yeah, but we didn't see we only saw artist's rendition of what it will be. This is the actual official.
No, I've seen it. My only concern is that so I play the PSVR, and that the controls for that is a move stick, and certain games, especially with the Oculus, because it kind of has a similar Oculus design with a few extra features. The only difference, I guess I say, certain games for me personally feel better and more fluent using my PlayStation VR versus having that kind of hand control, because like for instance Beat Saber,
I knew you were going to say Beat Saber.
Right, because you know that Beat Saber with the move sticks feels more like you're holding a saber.
Feel like you're holding a stick, like an actual saber. Yeah.
Right. So when you play Beat Saber on like the Oculus Quest 2 with that kind of control, it definitely feels a lot different and not as comfortable in VR. But I feel like this would actually probably excel in certain other VR games, like maybe like VR Chat, because it does look like it has a full finger motion control settings and stuff. So I mean, we'll see. I honestly think it's weird that since this is going to be on PlayStation 5 that they're moving away from a move stick, or maybe hopefully they would allow certain games to be compatible with the move stick. So I guess, I mean, it's okay.
You bring up a good concern. Is this going to cause problems with the compatibility? Like, are you only going to be able to play PSVR games for PS4 with the Move, and then this with the new stuff, or are they going to naturally work? I'm not sure. That's a good point.
I think this is going to be exclusive to PlayStation 5. I don't think they're going to be. I think they're not going to. I don't think the PlayStation VR headset or system will actually function properly on the PlayStation 5.
See, I don't see them excluding the PS4 games from this, because that's a good chunk of their library right now. You need to make those games compatible with this if you want this to fly.
Well, the PS4 VR does work on the PS5 with an adapter.
Yes.
But that would really stink if all that library of games does not work with this.
Right. Well, the biggest concern I have with the PlayStation, because see, the Oculus, I honestly could say if I had a choice of what I would want to use as far as just gaming, I would say the Oculus Quest 2, because you don't need a motion camera like the PlayStation 4 does, and that motion camera really kind of sometimes hinders your gameplay because unless you have a big enough space and stuff,
All right,
it messes
I
up.
need to stop the chat. Zeno and Hirovi, you're making us look bad. This is chill out, both of you. I don't know what the deal is. You're supposed to be mods, and you're at each other. This is not cool. Please. Seriously, we're trying to have a good conversation here. You're making our guests feel uncomfortable. You're making me feel uncomfortable. Both chill out. We're trying to end the show on a positive note. I don't know what the heck. Sorry, guests. I'm sorry. I had to take care of that because they're my mods. What the heck? Okay.
They're my mods too. This is wild.
I know.
I love both of you. Stop it. But no,
Yeah.
I would say that as far as this, I don't have a PlayStation 5, so it's like whatever. But again, my concern is like, well, how is the VR system going to work on PlayStation 5? Is it going to have that camera that the PlayStation 4 uses? And because like this is a whole different control, so I want to see what the camera is, if there's a camera.
Well, there is a camera there is a camera for the 5. I haven't bought it, but there is a camera for the 5. Yes.
So they're still using the camera for the VR system?
Probably. I don't know for sure. I couldn't tell you because I don't know much about this system and how they're doing it, other than the fact I've seen these controllers. And I know the PS4 one works with the 5 with like an adapter. I knew that, but I haven't messed with PSVR much. I've got an Oculus Rift that I mess with for the most part when I do VR. I've debated a couple times on your recommendation about getting a Quest 2, but I also would like to have an Index. But you want to talk about an awkward controller we use on Beat Saber? Try the Index controllers. Those things are huge.
Oh, I bet. The crazy thing is like, my concern is I would say, if the PlayStation 5 VR, because the problem I have with the Oculus Quest 2 is I can't live stream it. There's no, you can't do it on Twitch or YouTube. It's not a feature on the Oculus Quest 2, which was one of the things I thought it was. So I was excited. I was like, oh, I'm going to start streaming some VR games, but I'm going to use the Oculus. There's no live stream feature. It's all about Facebook. So if this PlayStation VR, if they do it in the same fashion as the Oculus Quest, where the VR headset is its own system that you can just link with your PlayStation 5 and you can live stream with it, that would be a good game changer.
My understanding, and you'll have to correct me, but I saw something on the Quest 2 where you could use like, I want to say it was like the Google Chromecast or something like that, and you could wirelessly stream the Quest 2. That got me really interested in it, because if that works, that would be amazing.
Yeah, if that works, it would be amazing. I was kind of like shocked though that it didn't have a streaming feature built into it. I think maybe it's just for Facebook because it is owned by Facebook, and Facebook for some reason thinks that they're gonna compete in the whole live streaming war. It's like nobody streams gaming on Facebook like that. It's Twitch or YouTube.
There is something you can do with the Quest 2, because I know you can hook it up to your PC. So if you hook it up to your PC and you use the Steam games, you can use Steam VR to capture that output and just put it through OBS. I do it all the time. Well, I used to.
I'll have to look into that because I still have my PSVR. I should probably start using it to do streaming because it's easier on my PlayStation. It's just the space, and the reason why I love the Oculus Quest 2, which is why I recommended it, is because number one, it's its own system. You can link it to a PC if you want, but the biggest perk of that thing is you can map out your play area with the Oculus, so the Oculus knows that this is the area you can roam around in, and you can make it as small or as big as you want, and it'll adjust to it. And then the best part is, like, if you get close to going outside the border, you will see a grid that pops up to let you know you're getting close.
It happens to me all the time.
Right, and then if you step out of that grid, like if you stick your head out of that grid, it turns the game off, and it gives you like a black and white vision of the room, like your room area.
Well, I've actually clipped things and banged into things inside my own play space too. My space for this stuff is so tiny. That's why I haven't gotten heavily into VR. I just couldn't make the room for it. And the Quest 2 gives me more space to be able to just play it, but not as much to be able to necessarily stream it, which is what I really wanted to do with it. I have some friends that are really heavy into VR that I can hook you up with if you want to know stuff about like Live, which is like the augmented reality streaming where you're in the game with the game kind of thing, and a lot of like the streaming setup and stuff. I know a whole community focused around that.
Awesome, yeah, because
they're huge into it.
I love my VR system. I think VR is, and everybody here knows that. I think VR is a game changer because it really does put you into the game, and it's just so freaking cool. Like I always advocate for VR games. If I know these are expensive, but it's worth it because it's a whole new world. You're in there. You know, I played a really good games. Beat Saber is amazing. I played what is it? Something Blood. But it was a shooter game and it had a great story and it was really fun. It was very interactive. You know, it's just a Walking Dead game. Oh my god, you guys gotta play the Walking Dead. When I streamed that, I kid you not, I was so scared. Like you could see me literally panicking because I didn't know what to do. I was smacking zombies in the face with the gun instead of shooting them with it.
Arizona Sunshine's another one you should try.
Oh yeah, I'll try that one. But yeah,
Arizona
Astrobot,
Sunshine's really good. Boneworks, if you want something to scare you that's not a zombie, those things sometimes when they grab you, dude, I found myself flailing and almost flinging my friend's controllers trying to get something off me at one point.
yeah, no,
He found
I
it
don't
funny,
do
but he
that.
was also terrified for his controllers.
I don't do that. Even the Spider-Man game, even though the graphics were garbage and the gameplay was garbage, it was still fun to web sling around as Spider-Man, even though it was like an awful little short game. But I loved it. It was great.
Sorry, we sold your thing with VR. My bad, Max.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's all right. What was I gonna? Evercade. What is the versus? Does that mean a new console or a link cable? What do you
I
guys
thought
think?
this was going to be more of like a home console version of the Evercade, but I haven't dug too much into this.
Yeah.
OEB Pete would know about that. He's all about that Evercade, man.
Yeah, he did
me
a video
too.
on it. I still need to go out and watch it. I know he did something on
Well,
this.
I might do a giveaway. I'm thinking about what to do to get some get our subs up a little bit and get some to reward viewers. Although the viewers were kind of freaking out in the chat today. Okay, but yes, the Evercade versus. I'm all for it. I just hope it's not just the link cable. I hope it is an actual home console. Even if it's not, I guess I'll have to be happy they're giving the 2-player option. But I just want a nice little console as well. I really do. Eddie, what's it gonna take
That
to
just goes back to the whole thing. You can just emulate all that. That's honestly why I haven't bought the Evercade yet. I'm like, I could just emulate all these on a handheld anyways.
I feel bad for Eddie today.
I mean, there's
Eddie's
definitely a
just been
market
sitting
for it.
there, like trying to get engaged, and there's like
Well, I
nothing
mean,
to
that's
engage
what Eddie
Eddie. I'm
does.
sorry.
Well, no, video games. He's a fan, but he's also like, there's not much interesting me. That's a problem with a lot of gamers that like gaming, but there's nothing on the horizon that interests you right now, Eddie. I know you bought the Avengers game. You were saying,
Man, you got to get on Steam, bro.
Sorry, I couldn't get into that one, man. I tried the demo. I couldn't get into it. I wanted to.
I hate it.
Get on Steam, man. I spend so many hours just surfing on Steam and just buying like one. And then when I find a good game on Steam, you can follow the developer, so you could like get all their other games too. That's what I do. I find a lot of good games that way.
Eddie? Do you dabble into the retro at all, or not really interest you? You like more current gen stuff?
Yeah, it's more current. That's just how it is now for everybody. You know,
Right.
there's no
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, I mean,
It's dry. It's dry right now, though. He's
Dude,
right.
I straddle that fence between retro gaming and modern gaming, and I'm kind of glad I do because the retro gaming scene and like the indie gaming scene are really fun right now, but the modern AAA gaming scene is just like dead right now. Like, there's not much new coming out. If you're still catching up on your backlog from the PS4, then cool, you got plenty of stuff to play, but anything new is just not there yet. Just what it is.
Yeah, right. That's a legit problem. I mean, that's why I want something different. Like Tommy's, it's going to get consistent games. Consistent game. It's more like a console launch like it used to be. That's why he had the delay. But besides the obvious, the hardware he couldn't deliver the hardware. He wants an actual launch, like a launch with a celebration and release and lots of games. Yeah.
Me and Tony played Scott Pilgrim vs. the World game, and it was fun. It was his first time playing, and it felt pretty retro style to me. It was a little nice, cute little beat 'em up, and I think that there's also a lot of new games that are coming out that are really going back to the old retro style gaming, which also can be fun because
Streets of Rage 4 is great. And like I spent many hours.
I like
playing
the cel shaded look on that one. That I thought was a great revisit to that one to update the graphics and still give you that kind of classic gameplay. But a lot of people aren't into that classic gameplay, man. They don't want that stuff. They don't want this. Like people complain about it. I hear people complain all the time. Oh, I'm over the 16-bit graphics thing. I still enjoy it, but I get that people don't like it. I also get that people don't want to go back to beat 'em ups and stuff like that. They're over that. They've been there. They played it.
That's my jam.
I like them, man. I'll play those all day.
They even did that in Call of Duty. They had what Call of Duty was it where they had that side game where it was like an overhead shot and you were shooting the zombies that were coming out to you. It was like a special zombie mode and it felt really retro and the whole style, like putting the coin in and stuff. Which Call of Duty was that? Eddie, do you remember the Call of Duty game? There was like an arcade mode. It was their version of zombies. I want to say it was Black Ops 2, 3, maybe?
I can't recall either.
Oh, I'm going to have to look it up. But it was so cool because it did feel like a retro style game with within a new generation gaming system. Let me look it up.
Kind of like a Commando or an Arcari Warriors or something like that.
Here's the last topic I had for today, and I'm sorry, RJ, if you're still watching. I didn't get to some of the topics you were doing because it went longer than I was expecting. Because he sent me some. I'm sorry, Ghostus. We'll talk about that next time. All right. So, and plus, Mad Matt's not here for one of them. I want to get his opinion on one of those topics.
Hey, this guy's got his shirt on. That's good.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I like Rich, but that was embarrassing. I know what he's doing. I mean, but that's the problem with. It's my opinion that's the problem with
what
the video game.
It's a YouTube problem. It's not just a video game and YouTube problem. It's a YouTube problem.
Yeah, people want you to be an idiot. That's the only way they follow you.
Dude, I can't do this guy's thing. I've seen him shirtless too many times now. I can't do it anymore.
Wait, I'm confused. What are we talking about?
When he interviewed Tommy, it was really. He takes
his shirt off all the time, dude. He takes his shirt off. If someone donates him $50, he takes his shirt off.
Somebody did that on Tommy's interview?
Yeah, he had Tommy on there. He had like half the stream with his shirt off.
That picture came from? Oh my god. I used
to be a big fan of his. I don't really.
That was a meme. I thought that was a meme.
That's real.
That was real?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Tommy. That must have been really awkward.
I didn't mean to derail your topic, Max.
No. I was actually going to make a separate topic just on that about the state of the gaming community on the internet. It's just horrendous. Like they think that's funny. And it was such disrespect. I mean, it's not his. I mean, he basically set the precedent that he does that anytime someone gives him $50. But I would never do that to a guest.
Right, but I would have canceled that if you have an interview with somebody on your channel like Tommy.
Wait, he did that with Tommy on stream?
That's what I'm saying.
This is how he makes his living, man.
Oh my god, dude! Oh no!
Yeah, it was a bad look.
You put the kibosh on that when you got somebody like Tommy on there. No.
I mean that the chat loved it. The chat were dunking on Amico. It was so sad to see Tommy's face about how the community's heartless. I'm sorry. I think they're heartless. I'm like, where's the joy? And that is something that's missing, definitely. All right, but he has an interesting topic. That's not why I brought it up. Is Sony closing PS Vita and PlayStation 3 stores and shows why a digital future. I want to see what he says about the digital future.
Let's get into it. Skip it. When I see news topics like this come up, it makes me very concerned about an all digital future. Let's get into it. Skip it up and that up.
I like his intro.
So there was some good news coming from Sony's camp. I just talked about how they filed a patent that is going to have trophies for older games.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that.
It seems like Sony is going to get into backwards compatibility, and people have been pretty much begging for it since very early on in the 8th generation of consoles. Well, one thing that I've always been concerned about is digital distribution. Now, on my Switch, virtually every game that I get, if not all the games for probably a couple of years now, I get digitally. It's a portable console. I have a 1 terabyte micro SD card in there. It's just easier with a portable console to just have all your games in one spot, and you don't have to think about it or think about losing small cartridges, which I almost did one time, and that's what made me jump on the digital distribution bandwagon with the Switch. On PC, obviously, for years, I've been using Steam well before that, but on console, that's what finally made me switch over to getting games digitally, especially on the Switch, like I said, because it's a portable system. It's just nice to have all your games there. But there's a downside to buying your games digitally.
Yeah.
What happens if that store that you bought the games on ceases to exist? And there are rumors coming out now that Sony is going to be shutting down the PS3, PlayStation Portable, and PS Vita online stores. So
That
what's the
stinks for
future
PS Vita, man, because some of those games are starting to come up in price. Now they're going to jump too.
with that? Anyway, this comes from Eurogamer.net. I'll read it to you, then we'll discuss. As reported by The Gamer, citing a verified source familiar with the situation, 2nd July will see Sony permanently shut off its PSP and PS3 stores, while the Vita store will close on August 27. By that point, the PSP store will have been active for over 16 years, with the PlayStation 3 and Vita stores making it to 15 and 10 years, respectively. This report isn't an altogether unexpected development, of course, given that the PlayStation 3, PSP, and Vita games disappeared from the desktop and mobile versions of the PlayStation 4 last October following a redesign. However, Sony's latest changes mean it'll no longer be possible to purchase digital copies of games or DLC for PlayStation 3, PSP, and Vita directly from a device's store app either. And everyone's presuming that you'll be able to download games that you already own. Here's hoping to that.
I hope so.
This is what I'm concerned with an all digital future or digital distribution, or even in the way distant future, just cloud gaming, is what happens if a platform is old and it shuts down, or what happens if the company shuts down altogether. I always think of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They just re-released it on the Switch and on consoles, but that game, ever since the 7th gen consoles, was just
it's been locked on my PS3.
So you couldn't buy it, couldn't go to a store to buy it because it was a digital only game. So my concern is, like, even with my Switch,
they did the same thing with the DuckTales Remastered. It came out, they lost the license, it got pulled, and then it came back up. I remember doing a video on it when it got pulled. Basically,
Nintendo's doing it on purpose now. They just did it with, they're going to do it with the Super Mario 3D World All-Stars. They're pulling it from the digital store.
Copies. I think you can still get it digitally.
Just to be able to get no. You will not be able to get it digitally. They're pulling it from the digital store and the physical copies. But yeah, I mean, this is. I have the same concerns Rich does, but I've almost kind of just accepted the fact that this is how modern gaming is now for a while. Like, they just don't care. They don't care about the past. They don't care about.
Well, I mean, Microsoft. This is the benefit of I like my PlayStation, but Microsoft is really good.
Yeah,
their storefronts stayed pretty much the same. You can access whatever is backwards compatible. I mean, the stuff that's not backwards compatible, yeah, but they try.
Microsoft's done great with it. They started doing it with the Xbox One, with how they started to bring OG Xbox backwards compatibility to it.
Yeah, they are starting to look way better than PlayStation in the more recent couple of weeks. Because with PlayStation starting to shut all this stuff down and kind of trying to push everybody towards the PS5, which they still can't seem to get those available for the average consumer to buy. So you either got lucky on a pre-order, you paid insane scalper prices, or you're going, well, what do you want me to do? I can't get them. And Xbox just going, well, you could just play it on your PC. We've got everything right here. Well, that's been kind of great. I've got Game Pass Ultimate just for that reason.
Yeah. Well, Zeno wants to
check your Discord real quick because I want to see your reaction.
Well, Zeno wants me to correct the story about Rich. I know the situation, Zeno, but it still wasn't cool. This is not. It's not actually Rich's fault. It's what's fostered on YouTube. People want people to look like idiots, and that's what's applauded. Idiocracy is it gets you clicks, it gets you views, and Rich does good content. I like Rich, but he's just playing the game, and it's embarrassing. And it was one of the worst moments for me personally, watching one of my he's an icon to me, Tommy Tallarico, having to explain himself to a shirtless guy. He's listening, but he's more preoccupied with, taking the shirt off, getting the money there, and then what the audience is saying. Everyone in the chat was being horrendous, including top YouTubers over 100K, and saying it was trash. And just looking at Tommy's face, that was a sad moment for me. But I know the context, of what happened. Yes, he wasn't a scheduled guest for that stream. I know that.
Yeah, I mean that goes on. Like I said, you got the Logan Paul, the Jake Pauls of the internet that are just famous for doing the most crazy things that piss
stupid
people
stuff.
off. But at the same time, it's just stupid stuff they do, which people applaud and give rewards to, and it's whatever. You know, they do their thing, I do mine, but it is good to note that this is what YouTube, what people like to watch.
It's not just Rich.
It's humiliation. Yeah, humiliation and degrading
The
one
heart
another.
and soul of the internet is. I mean, there's lack of heart and positivity on the internet for sure.
I blame Retro Bro. It's all Retro Bro's fault.
But the digital future.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
That's John's fault.
Back to that, I'm upset about the Vita because I have a Vita and I need to get more games, and I have Tommy isn't a. That's not the. It's lack of respect. That's my problem, Zeno. To make it to simplify it, it's a lack of respect, and just there's no heart left in gaming. And Tommy's trying to bring my heart back in the gaming. I genuinely believe it. Like I effed up it early in the show, like Willy Wonka. Okay. Like Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka. He's trying to bring that. I mean, that's what I saw. That's one of his favorite characters ever. Just look at his house tour.
Do you know why that was funny? Do you know why that was funny though, Max? Because you literally said, "What's that guy from Willy Wonka's name?"
She's right. That's why it was so funny.
I know. Believe me, I make mistakes like that all the time. But don't you think he's like trying to be the Willy Wonka? That's like a magical age. That's the type of thing he's trying to bring. He even has on the brink of pre-orders the golden ticket. That's what he's imagining that he's bringing. And that's
he's got the imagination key in his office and all that too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we need a little bit of heart back in the gaming instead of just nonsense.
We've lost Eddie with Willy Wonka.
Does that make one of us?
I think Eddie's playing his PlayStation right now.
Do you know, Ed, do you like Willy Wonka?
Yeah, I watched both of the movies. I'm playing Xbox actually, but
he's playing something.
What game are you playing? This is good. What game are you playing?
Nothing. I was just playing some 2K. That's it.
Okay, 2K.
Mm-hmm.
See,
sorry, Eddie. I called you out. I busted you. My bad, man.
What kind of controller is that? Let me see the controller.
Yeah, this is one I bought from Amazon.
Oh, okay. Is it a good one?
Yeah, this is good.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you had an Xbox.
Yeah, I have both.
Oh, okay. See, he's a gamer. Message me later, Eddie. I'll add you to I'll give you my Xbox ID so we could see what we can come up with. Oh, Rhea's here. Sorry I couldn't join us. Oh, but we'll next week. Yes. We're going to keep you to that promise, Rhea.
And I got to be on with her. I missed it when she was on cam, and I was sitting there like,
I was surprised. I was like, who is this?
One time I couldn't make it to that stream when Rhea was on cam, and I was just in the chat just gushing over her, and I was like, I want to be there. I was so sad. I was on the After Dark Amico. I couldn't abandon the bros. I'm one of the bros now, so I couldn't abandon them.
Well, I think we'll end it here. Tell them about your channels, Geeks with Cash and Retro Bro, even though I think everyone knows already, but do it. You do it. The due diligence. Do it anyway. Support these guys. Yes, and come back whenever you'd like.
Go ahead, Nick.
Anytime you guys want to have me, I'm always game doing that. My channel is kind of weird and eclectic. I do like collectibles, statues, like masterpiece Transformers, things like that. I also do retro gaming and modern gaming and like some gaming history stuff. It's kind of a weird channel. If you dig it, great. If you don't, that's fine too.
I'm jealous of your channel. Because I want to have cash. I'm a geek without cash. I mean,
well, the thing is, I have cash, but I have no time, which is why I have cash, because I have no time to spend it.
Yeah. So go check out Nick with Geeks with Cash. And come on, Tommy. He needs an Amico in the house. You hear his kids?
Oh my god!
My 4-year-old, dude. You know what? I don't even give my kids sugar, man.
Oh, really?
I can't imagine what it would be like if I did. Yeah.
All right. And Saggy Melons. Everyone knows Saggy. Go check her out.
Giveaway, free stuff. Do it. Go to my video. Do it. The giveaway video. It's still there. You guys got a whole month. And hopefully I don't hit 600 before that month is over, because then I'm going to have to already start another one or do something different.
Well, you don't have to do it every 100. Now you do 1,000. You can't do it.
No, I stick to my
Oh,
core
I
value.
actually didn't enter any of your giveaways now. Now I got to.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, everyone who's already entered in the last one's automatically entered in this one, so you don't have to if you already entered in the last one. But yeah, go over there to the giveaway video, type Saggy in the comments, and it'll enter for a chance to win. And there you go. And yeah, and I don't got anything special coming up. Well, I do, but I can't talk about it yet until I have things like confirmed. But I do have some really special goodies that are coming out once we get everything said done. So look forward to that. And check me on Twitch and in the Amico Bros after dark, and I'm everywhere, guys.
I know. I don't. Oh, I did.
Baby.
I contacted your boss.
No, he told me. No, it's funny you said that because he said this to me today. I work today, and he's like, I think one of your friends followed me on thing. He's like something movie madness, and I was like, yeah, that's Matt.
I invited him on the stream. I'm trying to snipe him.
He's funny. He's a funny guy. To be honest, so he just started his YouTube channel with his wife, and so he's Vietnamese and she's from Nepal, and they don't speak each other's languages at all. But they speak English, so it's fine. But they don't speak each other's native tongues, so they do their channel based on like they teach each other the languages, and then they have like quizzes and they have consequences and stuff. And they're literally under 100 subscribers. Their views on their video get more than mine, and I'm at almost 600. And their videos, their first few videos, they got like 500 views, 1,000 views, and they're under 100. So I think that they have something good going on. And I'm he talked about, he's like, hey, we should do something on your channel. I was like, yeah, I'm down. And we have a great relationship, me and my boss, especially that when I have 3 of them.
Yeah, he seems like a cool boss.
Oh,
they all seem cool.
We pick on each other all the time. I yell at him all the time, and he's my boss. And I was late today, and he's like, I sent him a text. I'm like, I just woke up. I'm running late. He sent me the middle finger emoji.
That's something I would do.
Yeah, he's like.
It sounds like how I say hi to half my friends. We just flip each other off.
All right, so that enjoy. Thank you, everyone. I'm a little off today. I need to get more sleep myself.
Go sub to Eddie.
Go sub to Eddie. Thanks, I forgot Eddie.
Yeah, I don't forget Eddie. I always.
Eddie, I want you to work on a project for next week. Go find a game that you're looking forward to talk about. Like, oh, okay, this looks cool. It's hard. Yeah.
We could have Eddie be the focus point. He can talk about his games and talk to us about like,
get 5 games from your library, so I could see what I could see what Eddie's all about. Like, bring 5 games next week.
We need geeks with cash here more often too.
I need his cash. I want to be a geek with cash. I spend it all. I don't have any cash.
Dude, my hours are so erratic. I don't have time to spend it. Like this week, I'm going to be working days, and then I'll flip right over to midnights, and then I'll work 3 like midnight to 10 a.m. in a row, and then be up during the day trying to get tickets ready for the next night. That's how you get money. You work all the time, and you never have time to spend money. That's how you have money.
I'm doing it wrong. I'm on YouTube all the time. And I'm buying games and not playing them. Damn it! Bye, everyone.
I do the same thing, unfortunately.
Everyone will spend all your money, Geeks with Cash, and all of us will spend all of our money and our stimulus checks on the Retro Bros OnlyFans. So he shows off his muscles, guys. It's not that dirty. He's just a bunch of pictures of his arm.
I can't afford John's OnlyFans. He gave me special pricing. I can't afford it. Yeah. It's way too high.
Well, because you have cash, so I just figured I'd upcharge you.
So. He's got a gavel bod. Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah, he's got that. He's a workout guy. Him and Matt would get along perfect because Matt's kind of getting.
Yeah, I thought Matt was talking about it a little bit on your one channel. Or
I was like, is Retro Bro gonna get contact him about his what's your product called? It looks good.
Well, we have a bunch of products. I own a supplement company.
Yeah.
Okay, can you create a supplement that just makes people skinny? Can you just come up with that? That'd be great.
I wish that Saggy, if I could come up with that, I'd have more money than Tommy Tallarico.
Well,
if I could come up with
I want the same thing, but skinny doesn't necessarily mean healthy either. He's more for healthy, right?
Okay, well, can we just create a pill that gives us all Hulk bodies? That'd be great.
I'll do my best, Saggy. I'll do my best.
You
We'll
gotta put
work
the
on it.
work
I'll
in.
invest
You gotta.
in that.
It's not a magic pill. It's
The
gotta
Amico pill will make you look buff in no time.
All right,
Just
bye
do
everyone.
a day.
Bye everyone. Bye. See you next week.
We've gone to the Amico pill. Oh no.